So if you design your files in a program like Adobe Illustrator, but you use LightBurn to run your laser, then you might be tired of guessing which colors match your LightBurn layers when you're designing in Adobe Illustrator. So in this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up a swatch in Adobe Illustrator with the exact LightBurn color codes so that your files are always ready to go when you import them into LightBurn. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to LightBurn's website and search for their layer colors. You can also just do a quick Google search, and this should be one of the first links that pops up, and it will take you to this page. Once you get to this page, the easiest thing to do to get started is to download one of these color swatch files for whichever design program it is that you use. So for me, I primarily use Adobe Illustrator, so I would download this ASE file. Now, when I click download, I'm going to get a file like this that has a really long name, and that's just not going to be great once you upload it into Illustrator. So before you do anything with it, I would rename it to something simple like this. Just LightBurn will do. Now, when you click on this file, it's not going to open. It's going to say there's an error. So I'm going to show you how to work around this to get you all set up. So first thing you'll want to do is create a new document. And then you'll want to get your swatch panel out. Mine's over here, but if you don't have yours loaded, go to Window, Swatches. And then in this bottom left corner, the Swatch Library menu, you'll click that and then go to Other Library. Now navigate to your Downloads folder or wherever this file is that you downloaded and click on the one that you want to upload into Adobe Illustrator. Now, once we've opened it, it's going to pop up here as its own tab. And it's going to have all of the LightBurn colors. And if you hover over, you'll see it says layer 00, layer 01, all the way to layer 29. And then you have the layer T1 and layer T2 at the end as well. So now that I have all of my LightBurn colors, it'll make my workflow so much easier as I'm designing. So say I have a rectangle that I want to cut. Then for my workflow, I like red to be my cut color. So I would go up here to my LightBurn color swatch and click red to change the stroke to the exact same red that LightBurn uses. So now when I upload this rectangle into LightBurn, it's going to show up as layer 02. And then if I want to add some text, I like my engrave to be black. So I'd leave it as black. If I wanted this to be a score instead, then I would do blue. And all of these colors are going to match up anytime I bring them into LightBurn, and I'm going to be ready to go. I'm not going to have to reassign my color layers in LightBurn since these are the colors that I use the majority of the time. Now, one thing that I want to show you really quick is if I close out of Illustrator completely and then open it back up, create a new document, my LightBurn swatch is no longer here. I'm going to show you how to keep the LightBurn swatch that we just uploaded as a tab that will always be there anytime you open Illustrator, anytime you start a new document. So I'm going to go through those steps again. Other library, go to download. And here it is. Now, if you go to these three lines over here in the top right corner, click persistent. And now it will always show up. And this is great because now you don't have to think about it. You can just start working. You don't have to worry about uploading a swatch. Adobe makes it really easy to have access to all of the colors that you use. So now that you've got your custom swatch all set up, you can start using it in your next design. Let me know how this works for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments.